this isn't even their final form.
And we won't see that probably ever again.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that's awesome to see.
No matter what, we're gonna be rich.
Yeah, okay. I see that.
It's certainly interesting.
Wait, what now?
Oh,
Wait,
equal.
God. Well then.
Oh my god.
They came in the right order, too.
Red, 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 red.
Oh, yeah. Wait, what now? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let the controversy begin, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to one of my favorite fucking times of year, where we sit here and we tell you, because we are the fucking experts at everything here at Tavern Talk, the way the entire season is going to go before it even begins. This is the preseason power ranking special, and on tap tonight we have Mr. Mange and MV Parker, who are going to join us. They also filled out their own individual preseason power rankings. And we got some house rules tonight. They're very simple. It's preseason power rankings. Drink when your team gets wrecked by the Tavern Talk hosts. A team is overrated or named NWA. Or a team is underrated. Kick. There's a weird setup here, but you're still to my left. They're right. The bearded beauty, Mr. Slim. How are you tonight, sir?
Oh, you know, doing okay. Doing okay. Got all my rankings together. Excited for season 4 to come.
Yeah.
I did them in about 5 minutes.
Yeah. It was very last minute here, folks, with Slim. Somebody who did not put it in last minute, and I actually believe had his list together before he even knew that he was going to be sharing it here on Tavern Talk tonight. The professional potato farmer over at Team Rank 5, Mr. Mange. How are you tonight, sir?
I'm wonderful. How are you guys?
Oh, that voice. It's like sweet honey. Sorry, man. Good to have you back again, Mange. I haven't seen you on the show in a while, and that makes me sad. So, Slimsh's volume has to go up. That means that Skype...
Turn me up.
Actually, I don't know if I can turn you up individually. We had this problem the other day, too. Because Mange, Slimsh,
Tiny person.
and Parker are all in the same Skype call. And in my ear, Slimsh, you're actually the loudest person. All right, so it sounds to me like you guys just want Skype's volume cranked up in general, and that's all you had to say. So we're going to test it out, and hopefully he's no longer Rip. He was Rip a moment ago. We do have him here with his lovely heart glasses up there. I believe that's on Brian's body. I'm not even sure whose body he's on over there. But MB Parker, how are you tonight, sir?
Oh, doing good. Gosh, I hope it's on Brian's body.
All over Brian's body. He's represented up there, but he's not with us tonight. But Jedi also gave us his picks, so we had to give him a little emblem up there with the Jedi Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, and then eventually we'll hear from you shitters and what you guys think are going on, what's going on in the THL this season. So fuck it, man. Let's get into it, because last time we tried to do these power rankings, I think it went on 3 hours. I'm hoping that with the Broncos and the Panthers looming over us, that is not the case tonight. So, yeah, well, that's your problem, not mine. I can hear Parker just fine. I'm a great host, guys. All right, so we're going to get right into it, gentlemen.
He sounds quiet to me too, honestly.
Yeah, I think that's on his end, though. I can't do shit about that. And by the way, we are, spoiler alert, I forgot to cover up the 16th ranks for all of us. For those of you who are not familiar with the way we're going to do the power rankings tonight, we're going to, just like Drake, we're going to start on Degrassi. So, middle class. And then we're going to work our way to the top. So we're going to start from Degrassi. Now we're here. And then when it's all said and done, we'll show you the math of how our picks actually averaged out. And then we'll show you how that compares to what you guys thought. And then we'll probably make fun of you because we have microphones and you don't. So, we'll kick it off, starting with Jedi, who can't speak on his behalf, but he has Temporal Legends down there in the 16th seed. Both Mange and Parker seem to agree here. Guys, can you give us any thoughts behind why you have Temporal Legends as the last ranked team preseason in THL? It goes quiet. It just goes fucking quiet.
I mean,
Parker, you need to scream like Grim.
so the biggest reason for me, I don't think that they have any like bad players, but they don't stand out anywhere either. And when Hector was putting together his team, that's Temporal Legends captain Hector Hal, he got a really late start. By the time he had sent out his little post and his application, quite a bit of rosters were filled, and there was a less to choose from. So I think that he did a pretty good job what he's working with. I'm familiar with his 3 and 4 seed quite a bit, having played against them in SPL last season. I just, someone has to be last. It's not really a knock on them. It's just so much. That's just how it worked out, in my power ranking.
Anything you would like to add to that, Parker? Any different thoughts you had, or are you on the same boat as your captain over there? I have a feeling Parker might be ripped, guys. Please press F to pay respects. So we'll move on down the line. Slimsh, you and I, on the other hand, agree in a completely different way. With Team 1600 Dust coming in at the bottom, what are your thoughts? And then I'll share mine.
Yeah, so 1600 Dust, we can only judge them so much by their team and their PR value, which I don't know, a lot was left to spend, and we can only judge them so well because of that. So for me, they're the team avatar this season. I just don't know, and for that, I think they're probably at the very least lowest in the green division, and that should say a good amount.
Right.
So,
Hey, welcome back, Parker.
Can you hear me?
oh, that's much better.
We can hear you.
I hate Skype so much.
Did you hear what Mange said? / did you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, I did hear what Maine says, and for the sake of the show, I'll just completely agree.
All right.
Move
I'm
up.
kind of in the same boat as Slimsh. There's not a lot to be known yet about the guys at 1600 Dust other than their podcast kicks ass. And they are the lowest PR team out there right now in a division that within the conference has to go up against Orange. And one thing I kind of tried to do differently this season than I have in any other preseason rankings is I'm not trying to put the teams in a vacuum because that's not how THL works. And this is kind of where I think they would end up at the end of the season if we kept going throughout the weeks, right? That's kind of the idea behind this. I think a team that has so many question marks, such a low PR, and is stacked up against the Orange Division and the Season 3 runners-up, I just think they have a fucking steep uphill climb. But I wish them the best. And if nothing else, I hope they have a great time in their rookie season out in THL. Moving on up, if I could find my button that makes that happen, we're moving into the button into 15. Jedi throws a new name out there, the Defias Brotherhood. This was the team I was super hyped on. I really enjoyed their roster, and I'm not gonna try to speak for Jedi, but that's where he has them. Parker and Mange do a flip flop, taking 1600 Dust and putting them where both Slimsh and I have Temporal Legends. Do you guys have any different feelings towards 1600 than Slimsh and I did?
Not really. I think you guys covered it pretty well. The biggest thing for me was that they just left so much PR on the table, and it's hard to get away with that. But they do have a pretty kick-ass podcast, like you said. So if you guys haven't heard them yet, you should go check them out.
Yeah, I was the same way. They left a lot of PR on the table, and personally, I just don't know any of the players, so it was hard for me to know where to put them.
So, guys, if any of the 1600 guys are watching right now, it's not a knock on you. Too many question marks. Slimsh, we do know a little bit about Temporal Legends, both yourself, and myself. What are your thoughts in them being here at 15?
Temporal Legends, I just don't know. A lot of the players they played in SPL quite a bit. But I don't know. It's a bit of I'd say it's more competitive in where they're going to be now. And I mean, Hector Hall, he did go 4-0 in the regular season and won a few Wicked Wednesdays, but in the red division who's competing against blue, it's gonna be just an absolute like trial for one seeds against one
Absolutely.
seeds.
Yeah.
It's gonna be really hard. So like he seems pretty solid there at 500 PR, but I just don't know until he really gets tested for a full season, because that's where you'd put most of the strength for Temporal Legends is their 501 seed.
Right.
But
So
yeah,
I'm kind of in the same boat as you. I think that the red division has a really tough road, not just because I think the red division is really good this season, but they also have to go up against blue, who historically is a very strong division in THL. But the one question mark I don't have is Hector Howell. He's, as we said, he's 4-0. He's won a couple Wicked Wednesdays. I've watched him play against Hot Asian Girl and Loaded Lux. I've seen, he wins. He's a proven winner. I don't know what the rest of his team's going to bring to the table, so we'll have to see. I do think that when you look at two seeds, especially throughout the red and blue division, there is a significant disadvantage from Chigmo to just about everybody else other than Smoked Salmon. But Joe's an idiot, so I'm not really worried about him. Moving on up, so we can keep things rolling in this smooth sort of fashion and get into some new names showing up on the list. Um, Danger Zone seems to have found their home here, as Jedi, Parker, and myself agree on this one. While Mage has the damaged ones, is Slim throws Synergy in here. Parker, why did you choose to throw Danger Zone here?
Uh, they left a decent amount of PR on the table, and they just seem like really weak at the top for a team that will be going up against Orange, correct? What, and the Orange is
Yes,
like
yep.
pretty strong at the top for a division.
Yeah,
So they could struggle at the top, and then their bottom isn't like, I mean, they're good players, but it's not like, I don't know if it's strong enough to carry the top.
yeah, their bottom is definitely not Josh Sampson. Um, so, yeah, I got him there for the same reasons you do. Mage, what do you think about the damaged ones?
Uh, so when I was looking at the damage ones, like as the same theme has been repeated, they left a ton of PR on the table as well.
Mm-hmm.
We do know that their one seed is Houdini, who I believe is a preliminary player and has a lot of hype coming behind him. I hear good things. And their two seed is Bite, who I think is honestly a very good player, but has a tendency to bring meme decks or just fun decks because he just doesn't like the meta deck. And I think that honestly that hurts his performance.
the memes.
And then after that, it's you have Dire Spare, G Kick, and Crackshot. Well, honestly, I still don't know a whole lot about, but they've all had pretty solid success. Not too great, not horrible or anything. Just average guys. It just seems to me that the 2 through 5 that there's no really standouts. And
that could be tough,
yeah,
especially in a
kinda
division
have
like
to
Orange. Yeah.
you kind of have to abuse one of the seeds. Like we saw NWA last season just abuse their 350 PR4 seed, and that kind of carried them. And I don't really see how the damaged ones will be able to do that.
Mm-hmm. Slims, you guys' energy over there. They're making their first appearance on the list as side by side here with the damaged ones. What are your thoughts here?
Yeah, I put them a lot lower than most others. Well, a little lower than most others. My thing with Synergy is I think they could be solid, but they have one returning player,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm right. So I just think that such a significant shift to a team's makeup could be difficult. And I don't know. I'm excited to see how Drewman does. I like Drewman a lot, but they're going to miss Katoda. I think we know that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I worry a little bit about Synergy. So they're down here for now.
Twitch in the Carboy. Shout out to Cassidy. Sorry.
Switching the
And without wasting any further time, I mean, Parker hit my thoughts exactly, nail on the head there, word for word, kind of my thoughts onto why I have Danger Zone where I have them. So let's slide it on up. Jedi's got Team 1600 Dust here, ahead of Danger Zone and the Defias Brotherhood, which I think is very interesting. Parker and Mage are actually Parker, Mage, and myself are following you up with Zergy just a step higher. Guys, I mean, I kind of agree with Slim Shear. You got a huge mix-up in the team here, in the chemistry. Um, they do have that kind of high 400 thing going on up top with God's Gift, who in my mind has always kind of been like a wild card, and Daydream kind of closing it out. Um, do you guys have any additional thoughts or concerns or reasons for why you have them here?
One of the big reasons I put them here is because they left outside of the Team 1600 Us, which is the new team. They left the most PR on the table of any team,
Mm.
which is always a bit concerning. They left almost close to like 170 PR on the table. That's like almost a whole nother player.
Hmm. So I just want to
Yeah.
address something that came from chat real fast. Nothing against anybody here, but it seems like that every low PR team gets assigned to green. Actually, a lot of the green teams have been in green for quite a while.
We didn't even know the rosters before they got
Yep,
put into
and
divisions for the most part.
and with all the new teams for the season, in this case, Team 1600 Dust, we didn't know their roster till like what
Yeah.
near deadline, right?
Correct.
So, we do actually kind of try to randomize it, and if there does seem to be like a stupidly slanted side, it gets considered. But honestly, over time, look at Red from last year. Look at Red from last season. Look at it from this season. The PR system will eventually work itself out, guys. Give it time, I promise. Um, damaged one, Slim. Do you have any thoughts that you want to share on the damaged one? Slash, I cut Mange off. We can come back to you for Synergy thoughts too, if you got any.
Probably nothing that wasn't already said.
Mm.
Yeah, I think Bites is a great player, but he plays the memes. I've been playing some meta decks recently, and man, they win games, and it feels really good. But yeah, I think we need to. Houdini's got probably way lower PR than he's worth, honestly, though.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. We'll have to see.
And shout out,
Finally, a roster's put together for the damaged ones. It was very unstable in the season 3.
and shout out by the way to Houdini and Dunamis, who have a show match going on later. For those of you who feel like checking that out, I believe it's 11 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Pacific. They'll let you guys know more about that. Shout out to that happening tonight sometime. Mage, I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to cut you off and then not come back. Did you have anything you wanted to add for Synergy?
Not really. I think should be a pretty good player in the 3 season. I know he's hit legend a few times before. And hearing God's Gift's name still gives me nightmares, so.
You and me both, man. All right, slide it on up. What's this? This is 16, 15, 14, 13. This is 12. I can count, guys. I teach math. Jedi throws energy here, a little higher than everybody else. Parker gets his damaged ones in here. I get my damaged ones in. And both Slimsh and Mange decide they're going to take the highway straight to the danger zone in the 12 spot. Who wants to throw their thoughts out first?
Go for it.
I'm sure I'm going to call it. I don't think the damaged ones are going to be able to hold on in the division that they have in orange. I have them a little higher than some of the other guys like Zergy and Danger Zone because I do think they will match up well against the green division. But I think within their home division here, I think the damaged ones are going to find it really tough to squeak their way into the playoffs or even the playoff conversation in orange. Not so much a fault of their own as where they've landed in their conference/division homes.
Yeah, I kind of agree with what you're saying. And they left, like, again, it's kind of a common theme, but with the teams down at the bottom here, but they left a lot of PR on the table again, like 150.
Mm-hmm.
And Bites has been known to ring unconventional decks, but as a wise man once said, what's the point in winning without winning in style?
Yeah.
What are your guys' danger zone thoughts?
For the danger zone, yeah, I think of them a little bit higher than most. I kind of ranked the green teams and how I saw them, and for the danger zone, I think we may have underestimated Yellow just a little bit, and I think they're going to be just insane in the 3 and 4 seed. And if Grimm wins a fair number of games as a 5 seed, pretty solid, then I don't know. I think they could. I think they could find some success in the amongst the green division. So yeah, I think the 4 seed / 3 seed pickup in Jingbuda is really huge. But yeah, I mean they did. There is a little unspent PR, so that's room to grow. Whatever you might want to say, maybe they could have found a better PR value 1
Mhm.
seed, but maybe they just really have a strong feeling about who they've picked up in their talent that's not
Yeah.
represented in numbers yet.
Yeah.
pretty much. I was just gonna say I think Jing Buddha is gonna be really good for them in the 4 seed. I actually don't think that he'll be a 4 seed for this entire season. I wouldn't be surprised if he moves right back up into the 2 seed that he hates playing in so much.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of it. I really don't know anything about Yallo. I think is that Vedni's friend?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Bednar's friend.
Who supposedly has a couple of pretty solid legend finishes and is a pretty good player. So I'm interested to see how she does.
Yeah, there are some question marks there, and you know, one of the things that is very hard to ignore is a lot of the vets that Danger Zone does have with Grim, Jing, Gideon, and Vendi. Those are some names that we've been hearing for a while, and they do bring certain intangibles to the table that, if those guys are clicking right, they might be proving all of us wrong. With this, I don't want to call it shortchanging, but this low balling maybe of their actual value. Sliding on up, we do the agreeing thing again as myself, Slimsh, and Mange all find Team Golden Wisp here. Parker throws his Defias Brotherhood here, and Jedi finally puts the damaged ones on the board. Um, Parker, seeing as you're the first person to actually be able to speak on the Defias Brotherhood, what are your thoughts on having them down here at the 11th spot?
I just thought at the top they were a little weak. Like, I'm not sure Hamboen or Boom Boom Hall are like true 1 seeds in a division that has some pretty good 1 seeds with Racy, Houdini, and Slumsh. So I thought they might struggle at the top. I think their middle to the bottom is pretty solid, but I just don't know if in the 1 and the 2 in a division this strong, if they'll
Mm-hmm.
be able to hold their own.
Yeah, I definitely feel like there's going to be a lot of teams in orange and red specifically that are going to be placed probably lower than their talent would suggest, just because of the gauntlet that they have to run. Blue, if anybody's wondering why I'm not saying this about Blue, Blue's been doing this for 3, 4 seasons now. Usually in red and orange, you get like two very strong top dogs, and the other team's trying to squeak their way in there. And I think Defias is fallen to that trap too. Mange and Slimsh, you guys got Team Golden Wisp here. I've got Team Golden Wisp here. Why?
Well, they got WW Los. I don't know how to say his name. Is it just Los?
I
Los?
think it's double O's.
Double
WW
Los. Oh,
Los.
that's fantastic. Double Los. He is well known among Hearthstone circles. I think he plays actually a lot of priests, which sucks for him. But
He's the priest expert for Vicious
Yeah.
Syndicate.
yeah, he's the priest expert for Vicious Syndicate. So like he's well known and he's a very good player. And you know the rest of the roster seems pretty solid. Alec used to be one of the most feared players in this league. Kind of fallen off a little bit, but if he can step it up again, they have I think a lot of potential to be pretty good.
Yeah, I think similar. Like, just take a moment if you haven't. Just Google WW Los. Like,
Double Los.
you'll find a Gosu Gamers profile. You'll find a Liquid Hearth profile. You'll find VODs of him playing at the ESL Legendary Series versus Reynad and Osaka. So he's been around, and if he's affiliated with Vicious Syndicate, then that's all the better too. That's a really solid pickup. I think it pushes them up quite above. As finally they have a really solid 1 seed, and like Alec as a 3 or a 2 seed, wherever he ends up, I think that'll just be insane.
Yeah, Alec used
Along
to.
with Hunter.
I used to call Alec the giant killer in this league because every time we thought he was David, he threw that pebble right where it needed to go. I would like to see him rise again. Team Golden Wisp has always been a team I've kind of closet cheered for. Um, I really like the camaraderie those guys have over there and the kind of fuck it, it's Hearthstone, we're playing, trying to have a good time. You know, they've had multiple seasons to go out there and grab like huge PR players and they still stick with their core guys, which is something I respect. And I hope this is a season where they can kind of break the funk, get their name in that playoff chase, and maybe Los is the missing component that they've needed this whole time. So we'll see
Yeah.
what happens there.
They also have a fantastic podcast that you guys should check out.
Yeah, if
The
you do
Gold
not,
List.
it's the what do they call it? The Infinite Value Podcast or something. They have a nickname.
Golden Wisp.
Right, it's Golden Wisp, but it's like
It's just Golden Wisp podcast.
they have a slogan. Somebody who's watched the show or listened to the show, they say it when they open. It's like everybody's favorite Infinite Value podcast or something like
Yep.
that. Slide it on up. We're seeing some big statements being made here. Big statements as Jedi Parker, Mage, and myself all think NWA belongs here at, I don't even know what number is it. Is this 10? This is
10.
number 10.
10.
Slim thinks it's the Defias Brotherhood. Who
Oh,
wants
Nate. Look at Nate's reaction.
Who wants to open this can of worms?
Oh my god.
Oh,
I'll start it.
I'll go.
Oh
for
no,
it.
go ahead. Go ahead.
It's gonna be an emotional night for chat.
ahead.
I was just gonna say that their 1, 2, and 3 are all playing a seed above where they played last season, and they're going against like stepping up a seed isn't always the biggest deal, but I think it's like definitely going to be a little harder for them, and they're playing against the blue division, which is probably the most top-heavy division in the league. Like you don't want to be not at your A game for your seed if you're playing against the blue because they're stacked at the top, and those guys all stepping up a seed and having to play against the top and the blue, that just seems like they might struggle a little.
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of respect for Salt as a captain. He was someone that I was like eyeing from the very beginning when he came in. Like, this guy's gonna be a captain. And last season he kind of proved his worth in that area. But as Parker says, like moving up a seed, it's you have question marks now. Like Tony Montana was like this godly 2 seed, you know, with the 9-2 record last season, and now he's going up against. You know, it's a step up. It's a huge step up in competition to go from the 2 to the 1. So, it's just for me, like I don't mean to like not like trying to speak against. It's just like they're a question mark for me. You know.
Yeah, so I'm kind of in the mindset of Parker here when I was looking at NWA. Yes, they're 5 points off of 1800, but I think that's because they had a whole bunch of 2 seeds playing at 3 seeds, 3 seeds playing at 4 seeds, so on and so forth down the line. They all have to step up. And the terminology I'm going to use here is going to sound more insulting than I mean it to be, but I think they decreased in every position, while Yacht Champs either stayed the same or improved, and every member of Entropy improved a spot. So in the red division, it's going to be tough. And then you go over to the green division, who is notorious for being a very top-heavy, strong league that just finds 4 and 5 seeds that can find a way to win. I don't think that is something that's going to match up well for NWA, although I do think Drudded is one of their strengths in that 5 seed. I do think that he's got an opportunity to either keep them in or win them a lot of really close matchups this season. When you look at people such as Dag, Lightweight, Sunshine, Missing Shoelaces, I expect good things out of him and a solid season from him, but I just can't put them above too many folks in those 2 divisions. So here they are. Slimsh, Defies Brotherhood.
Defies Brotherhood. The Brotherhood shall prevail. Defies Brotherhood, I think, while their seed distribution might look kind of funny, I still think a lot of the players on their team are really solid at their positions. I believe Vedney had a winning season. He's going to be on the team now that is probably going to support him a little bit more than what he was used to. Aroy 4 seed, that's insane. Comp 3 seed, that's nuts. Boom Boom Hall and Hamboin, pretty close to one another in the 1 and 2 seed. Both have either been very solid 2 seeds or represented the 1 seed before, so I imagine that they'll flip-flop back and forth and find success more often if they're in the 2 seed, but not be defenseless in the 1 seed either. So yeah, I'm really excited about the Defias Brotherhood. That's a cool team.
Yeah,
Really cool players that wound up there.
I'm still hyped on them. I forgot where I
Mhm.
actually ended up putting them, but still hyped on them.
Oh,
I'm gonna
We're
slide it.
getting there.
I'm gonna slide it up one. Dun dun dun. Just kidding. They were my next pick. And I'm not the only one who has them here, as this is where Mange also thinks they fall. Jedi and Parker agreeing on the Team Golden Wisp, and Slimsh thinks NWA is one spot higher than the rest of us do. Also had to ruin the perfect meme. So, Parker, anything that you want to add to the thoughts on Golden Wisp that we hit on 2 rounds ago?
I actually really like the Golden List. Like when I first made this list, I actually had the Golden List somewhere up around like 6th or 7th, and then I end up moving them down a little. But I actually think they have a really solid team, like across the board, and I think they could do really well this year. Like I have them here, but I could even see them doing better, for sure.
I can't disagree with that. Mange. Actually, let's give Slimsh a second because both Mange and I have to talk on Defias here. Slimsh, what do you want to add to the NWA discussion?
I don't know. I think you guys covered a lot about NWA, with in terms of the seed relations and things like that. But I still think pretty highly of them. For me, in my power ranking, I only wanted to put them one team below who's going to be above them next, because that's just how I see the red division happening. But yeah, I'm gonna be, again, the 1 seed competition is really fierce. I'm gonna be really interested to see Tony Montana, who had a lot of success going from 3 to 1 eventually, and also Crayon in the 3 seed, and Pink Samus. I don't know about Pink Samus as a 3 seed. The PR seems like it's there, but I don't know. Four has gotten more powerful. You'd think, comparing the PR, that it'd be an easy road, but I don't know, I've just got a feeling.
I got a feeling. Um, Mange. I almost called you Slimsh. All right, so you got the Defias Brotherhood here. I got the Defias Brotherhood here. What are your thoughts, man?
Yeah. They remind me a lot of like Team Rank 5 Season 1, where we kind of struggled in the 1 seed, and then we're able to be pretty good everywhere else. So I think the key for them will be, I think that Hambone and Boom Boom Hall are going to do a lot of flip-flopping at the 1 seed, just because the ones that we'll be up against in orange is pretty good. So I think it'll be up to the 2 seed then to kind of have a good season. Whoever's playing the 2 seed, because that season, in season 1, our 2 seed combined with me, Brian, and Cassidy went like 7-2, and then like the 3 seed was great, 4 seed is great. So like I think that they're going to have to follow suit similarly. I think that Comp is going to be an amazing 3 seed, and I have a lot of respect for Aroy at the 4 seed, and then Vedney moving down to the 5 seed after having a mostly successful season when he played. He had a mostly successful season in the 4 seed, so him moving down, I think I have them the highest. You and I have them the highest out of anyone, and I don't know. I kind of see them being pretty good.
I actually had to talk myself off a ledge. I had them higher, not just one spot. I had them a significant amount higher than this because in my notes, I wrote CTR5 Season 1. I also wrote Comp New Arururu. Because I think what we're going to see with the Brotherhood is exactly like Mage said. You're going to see Hambowen and Boom Boom Hall flip-flopping, kind of becoming stagnant in their PR at that 420 to 435 range. Whereas Comp, I believe, is just going to crush it down there in the 3 seed. And eventually, because of that, probably make a few guest appearances in the 1 spot. And join that cycling in the top. But I think that 2 through 4, or 2 through 5, sorry, I like their plan. And I think it's a lot like when we saw Team Rank 5 make their run to the finals there in Season 1. So good stuff. I'm glad we're on the same page there. Moving on. I didn't skip anybody, right? Nope. We all said what we got to say. Moving on up to the east side And this is where the Yogg champs live in everybody's list except Parker. So Parker, why do you have Noob Central here?
I think Noob Central has a really strong roster. Picking up Racy was kind of what they needed. They always had like, I wouldn't say they had like a weakness in the one seed, but it wasn't like a strength,
Mm-hmm.
like the power position on their team. I think now it will be with Racy, and then the middle of the roster with like Cutthroat, Samson, and even Ham is like really solid. With Thor Smash being kind of a question mark, so I think they'll have a really good season.
I can't disagree because they haven't shown on my list yet. So obviously I have them higher than that. So I can't disagree with the fact that they're probably gonna have a good season. Mange, Slimch, you guys agree with Jedi, and unfortunately myself, which means you're probably wrong here. Um, why do the Yogg champs live in here at what are we in the 8th spot or something like that? 7th spot? I can't count.
This is 8.
6, 7.
Eight.
So the Yogg Champ, which is a fantastic team name, they are very top heavy, like incredibly top heavy.
New
Donovan
Supreme.
Donovan and the real Doctor Who are both 500 PR players. Adidas is a former 500 PR player, down to 474 right now. But like the 1, 2, 3, not many teams can compete with them. Uh, the questions that I have, besides the obvious at the 5 seed with 100 PR girlfriend,
Mm-hmm.
is that Donomus and the real Doctor Who both kind of like Bites. They're both very good players, but they both play just the memeiest of meme decks. So much so that I have now coined Donimus Dex Ella Giggle anytime that he appears in the stream to tilt him. And like I think if they brought better decks, that they'd be probably higher on my list. But as is like with the low 5 seed and the lower 4 seed, I think that their ceiling is ultimately limited what they can do. It puts so much pressure on 1, 2, and 3 to win when you're not sure what you're gonna be able to get out of 4 and 5. That's kind of why they fall 8 for me.
Mm.
I still think it's good though. I don't know if they. I think they would probably intend to invest in. I mean, the good thing is when you've got a 4 and 5 seed with PR low, like it probably indicates there's a good amount of improvement, and improvement at a lower level is not too difficult. There's a lot of decks in the game that are fairly cheap, easy enough to play, relatively speaking, and competitive. So if they do that, then I think they'll have their bases covered, and maybe Dynamis decks will not be so elegiggle.
The only piece I really want to add here is I see a attempt to mimic the Supreme build here with very top heavy 1 through 3. Hopefully win those and steal some wins down the lower seeds. But the problem is when you look throughout the red division and the blue division, you have our MVP runner up in the 5 seed. You've got a couple of known players down in the 4 spot with Bork being down there, Pink Samus being down there, Arcane THL. 5 seeds are generally strong too. Like, I just don't think the top heavy build will work for Yogg Champs in the same way it did for Supreme. I think the 4 and 5, the red and blue, are way too heavy. That's the only reason I don't have them higher. But they are a returning playoff team. Um, and I think they'll be in that conversation as Red nears the end of the season. They'll be probably in a head-to-head battle with NWA to keep that second playoff spot. You dying over there, Slim? Please don't die.
Yes, dying.
No. All right, sliding on up. The Jedi throws Noob Central here. Parker joins the rest of the fam with Yogg Champs. Netherstorm making their first appearance on the list. Slim agreeing with Jedi. And I'm going to throw Aeon up here for the first time. So many different names here. Who wants to take it first? And just know, Slim, everything you say goes ditto for Jedi.
Exactly ditto.
Exactly word for word, sentiment and all. Ditto.
I'll just agree with the stuff you guys said about Yogg Champs, but I think they might surprise some people. maybe Dynamis and Real Doctor Who put the memes away.
Put the
Probably not,
memes
but
away in
it's not.
2016. Mage, why Netherstorm here?
Yeah, I think I have them the lowest.
You do.
Yeah. So I think obviously like Cheesy is their one seed. I think the world of him. He might be the best player in PHL. If it's either him or Slim, in my opinion, he's amazing. Three or two through four, I'm not sure about. I think that Crovan he had an amazing season last season, but he did most of that in the 4 and the 3 seed, and now he's a new 2 seed. And it's a step up in competition. Same with Explosive Sheep, who did a lot of that in the 4 seed as well. And I mean Gemini is great. She had a great season, and I expect her to have another great season. Like I think very highly of them. Just they're more of a question mark to me than
Mm-hmm.
other
Some of the
teams.
others makes sense. The noobs. Slimsh, why the noobs?
Uh, so the noobs on my list here would be second in their division. I think they're going to be a really solid team. Not one of the best in my book. I think Racy is obviously a huge pickup. Cutthroat didn't have the best season. He's in the 3 spot now. Should find more success there. Josh Sampson was great. Ham was pretty good. Thor Smash. I'm not so sure about Thor Smash in the 2 seed. The 2 seed, that'll be
Interesting.
pretty difficult. So I don't know. I think pretty highly of the noobs with the Racy pickup. That's obviously incredibly good. He was nearly the MVP and could definitely be that again. So
Mm-hmm.
I think pretty highly of the noobs.
So that brings it over to Aeon making their first appearance on the list. And this is a team that, honestly, the argument could very easily be made. And I would just as easily agree with any spot higher than this. I don't think I'd put them in the top 3. But if you told me to put them 2 spots higher, I wouldn't fight you on it. Gallon's coming in, new 1 seed. And if you guys know the way the new PR system works, when you come in with a new PR of 470, it means you're no stranger to legend and high legend play. Top Hat Demon and Dot Dark, some familiar names making the return. Um, and then when you kind of just look at like Raging Rhino 303 in the 4 spot, 1 through 4 is just solid. I don't know if I'm going to say anybody's blowing my mind up there, but definitely 1 through 4 is looking very solid for them. And we'll see what Shoelaces brings to the table. Didn't Shoelace do some subbing last season, or am I making that up?
Yeah, once in the final or once
Yeah,
in the
finals,
for
right?
Supreme.
Yeah,
Yep.
so um, no stranger to pressure situations. Aeon's gonna be good this year. That simple. All right, sliding on up. Are we top 5 now?
Um,
7, 8,
top
9.
6.
All right, so top 6. Um, oh baby, look at this. Jedi thinks that Aeon's 1 higher. Slimsh thinks that Aeon's 1 higher. Parker's gonna make the. He's gonna break the hymen on the fucking Harry Generals. Um, and Avatar. Um, showing their name on the list. So what's going on with this, guys? Harry Generals, Parker, what's your thoughts?
I think they'll definitely have a really good year. Their 1-2 combo should do really well with Poker and Markshire. And then it's the reason I have them a little lower than everyone else is probably because I just don't know about Jedi, Bork, and Dag Randolph. Like Dag Randolph, I know nothing about. Jedi hasn't played in a while, and Bork at the 4 seed, like he should do well. But there's some other really good 4 seeds in the red and the blue division. So I have them just a little bit lower than everyone else, and that's probably why. Just because their bottom might struggle a little, I think.
Struggling bottom.
Mage, you're staying in your division, bringing Noob Central to the table. What are your thoughts on the Noobs?
I hate them. I hate them so much. But Racy's God, and I mean Cutthroat had a very poor season last year, like really poor. But like, just sheer odds, he's going to be better, and he's a good player, so I expect him to be a lot better.
Hmm?
I think Josh Sampson is like one of the handful of best fours in the seed, in the league. I mean, without if not the best four, and Ham actually just might be the best five. So I think that they're really strong. And yeah, I don't know, they're scary, and I look forward to playing. Or I look forward to watching my team play against them.
Slims, what are your thoughts on Aeon? How are they different from mine?
And I think they're pretty good. They kept Dot Dark, who's a 3 seed, pretty low PR, but a very, very good player. And they picked up some other solid players too in the 1 and the 2. But I don't know about missing shoelaces in the 5. And I also don't know how successful their upper seeds are going to be. The competition's going to be tough between a few of the red teams and also some of the blue teams within their division. So I don't know. I've got some question marks. Their team shook up a lot, but overall I feel pretty solid about them. Just a little bit uneasy. I placed them very high last season and I got punished for it. So I'm putting them here.
And you know what, Grim? If you're fucking crying over your team being considered a top 6 team, you're a greedy fuck. Especially coming out of red blue. Fucking
I think
top.
he's yelling at me because I said Ham's the best 5 seed.
Oh, well, truth hurts, man. Stop losing PR. G-Nuts, I don't know if you're Team Avatar or Avatar. I do know that it's Team Golden Wisp, so I don't fucking know, man. But I got Avatar here. Plain and simple, I think they're going to stomp the Green Division, and I think they're going to get stomped by the Orange Division. There were some nice matchups last season for Avatar, where they were able to get some wins that none of us expected because of how they matched up against different teams within fucking that other division that really sucked also last season. But I don't see Avatar getting away with many of the matchups going up against Orange. It's just going to be a rough road for them. Sorry, Avatar. So slide it on up. Slide it on up. What shots fired? What fucking shots were fired? Look, literally everybody else has 1 seed higher. Oh, it's Grim. Sorry. Sorry, Grim. Harry Generals for Jedi and myself. Avatar for everybody else. So everybody else, why Avatar?
Everybody else, you say. Why Avatar? I think Avatar belongs up here in the top 5, but this is where I'm going to stop them for now. G-Net's probably one of the way better 1 seeds in the league now. He's really proven himself last season. Zabger really solidified as their 5 seed. I think Lemur's just a fine 4 seed as their captain. And Pumbas is probably growing within the 2, so I got to figure out about this Depran, but yeah, I think Team Avatar is solid. Definitely a top 5 team.
Yeah. Sam's covered it pretty well. I think if there's any question about them, it's how they'll be 2-3. I know that Pumas was a very good 3 seed, and then he had a couple of struggles in the 2 seed. But we're a season older and a season wiser, and we'll see how that takes out.
Yep, I think they'll be very solid this season, so I put them in the top 5. But I think they could struggle against the Orange as well.
I've got the Harry Generals here because I've seen what Poker did last time he was in the league. Markshire held it down at the 1 seed on and off over the past 2 seasons. He's going back down to the 2 seed where I have long said since his days at Entropy, I've thought Markshire has been in the 2 and 3 seeds virtually unbeatable. Probably one of the best in the league in those spots. Jedi is a question mark for me, as he is for many others. But I do know this. He's excited about coming back. I know this was a thought in his head last season. And I think he might use that energy to refocus on the game, get his skill back up there, and really represent the 3 spot. I think they'll do well. I think they got a rough road ahead of them, but I don't think the blue division is as scary as it normally is, and I think that's a good time for him to make his return. Dot Dark's not gonna be tough or anything, and Alec has never beat anybody ever. Just saying. those
Jedi's
things.
got them.
Yeah, we believe in you, Jedi.
There are 2 Harry Generals that haven't shown up yet in these power rankings.
Oh, and here they are. Look at that. So we have Netherstorm making their appearance for Jedi. That is their second appearance on the list. Aeon showing up for Parker. I do believe that completes the... No, Mange still hasn't had his Aeon come up yet. And the final Noob Central finds its way to the board because I am hyped as fuck on the noobs. Parker.
Hyped half. Wow, they're way higher than anyone else.
Yep. Parker, what's your thoughts, man?
I think Aeon has a really solid lineup. Gallon, Top Hat Demon, and Dot Dark, they're 1, 2, and 3, are all like top 100 legend players. And when you have a lineup like that strong at the top, and then you're like not really slacking in the bottom, they should do really well in the orange or against the in the blue against the red. So Missing Shoelaces subbed in, and he seemed like he did pretty well. Like he knew the game. I don't really know anything about Rhino, but I think their top of their lineup is as good and can compete with any team in the league.
Can't argue it. I said if you put them,
for their price at least.
I said if you put them 2 spots higher, I couldn't argue it, and I stand by that statement. Mange and Slim, what do you think about the Harry Boys this season?
Yeah, I mean, Poker is a guy. Mark Shire's a guy. Jedi Ninja whooped my ass a couple of seasons ago. I think the world of him as a player, and obviously he's not a bad commissioner either. Bork, yeah, I think that he had an okay season last season in the 4th seed. I think he was better the season before though, and if he can return to that, the Harry Generals are gonna be pretty good. Don't know much about Dagger Randolph, but he's got a really good group of guys to learn under.
I do believe he was the runner-up in the potato race.
Yeah, he was. That's right. He was the runner-up in the potato race, which is pretty impressive. So, yeah, no, they're scary. They're scary as hell. They're going to be a good team yet again for however many seasons in a row now.
I could see having a few question marks about their lower seeds. Especially, I don't think Borg had the best season. I think he used to be like a mid 300s 3 seed.
Mm-hmm.
Even, but you know what I do trust about the Harry Generals, not only their roster, I really trust their decision making in picking up players, and that includes Jedi himself deciding to play. So when it comes to the Harry Generals, I have so much fewer questions when it comes to their team, and Poker coming back is just incredible. Markshire even did really well in the 1 seed, and now he's in the 2 seed. So I don't know. I think very, very highly of the Harry Generals. So yeah, I think they're gonna be really strong.
Way to go, Harry boys. Noob
Central is gonna be sick. I'm so excited.
So sick.
Noob Central. I'm just hype as fuck on this season. I think that for a long time this is another. It's gonna be like a compliment with a backhanded slap wrapped around it. I think the noobs have done a lot with very little over the past few seasons. I feel like they always exceed expectations, and whatever Nate and his boys do over there, they bring it together every year to put themselves in the conversation. I don't think we're going to need to wait to the middle of the season for them to show us what they got. I think that they will be, from beginning to end, fighting for a playoff spot. I think they have a great lineup for a lot of the lower sides of green. They may run into some troubles within their own division up top, but we'll see what happens for them. I'm just hype as fuck. I think with Ray C being over there, that's a huge pickup for them. That I think it was Parker that said earlier, or whoever said that 1 seed was kind of the true missing piece to the puzzle over there. I don't think anybody would question that Ray C is even though he's a 3 seed, guys. Even though he's a 3 seed. I don't think anybody would question his legitimacy as a 1 seed. So, sliding on up. Yeah.
I'd also like to add real quick that Noob Central got much better by kicking off Snade.
Yes.
Nate's gone, so.
Nate's gone, so there's not. All right, so here's where the hype starts, folks. Not that none of this has been hype, but top 3.
Oh, top 3.
Top 3 I always find to be the most interesting, especially because there's a couple of definitive yes, we agree on that. And then there's a lot of like a mixed bag here. And you know what? Fuck it. I'll just show you. Jedi brings in a fucking straight up question mark meme. Um, no, I'm not. I'm just kidding, guys. Over at Avatar. Uh, but we see Avatar Rocket 3 for Jedi, Netherstorm, Netherstorm for Parker and myself, and near and dear to my heart, Slim Shamange showing me and my boys over in the Red Division Entropy some love. Uh, Parker, let's hear your thoughts on Netherstorm.
I think Netherstorm's lineup's really good. Cheesy, like you guys have said before, might be like the best one seed in the league. I mean, he is the Warlock and the Mage expert. So the Fishing Syndicate thing.
Look, champ.
Only about 170 ranked mage wins.
Yeah, I mean, you don't get to be expert of two classes if you don't know how to play the game. Then Crovan, like I don't know how he'll do as a 2 seed. I think he was a 3 seed before. Could be wrong. But
He wound up in the 2 seed after a while.
Yeah,
Okay.
he started as a 4 and moved his way up.
okay,
Pretty crazy.
So he might actually do really well. Then it'll like that's like the question mark. But the rest of their lineup's just solid. Explosive Sheep in the 3 is really good. Swanky Tiger in the 4 should do really well. And Gemini was like an MVP candidate in the 5 last season. So I think
Yep.
overall their lineup's just really solid.
Most improved, boys.
I would have to agree, and I think the part that a lot of folks are really missing, and I had Twiz on Entropy for half a season before he stepped away and became a non-player team member. I cannot express to you guys the value he brings as a bench player to a team. The way he can help players improve, the way the way he could boost morale of a team is fucking unlike. I think Salt might be the only other guy I've ever been on a team with or interacted with in the THL that could bring a team up the way that Twiz does. So yes, he's not playing, but I think that it's a piece that I'm weighing as part of my ranking of Netherstorm is the intangibles he brings. And for the shots fired in chat about how there's an Entropy member and 3 Team Rank 5 members here and no shit that they're in the top 3, wait till you see what your fucking community said, asswipe. You fucking fuck. Even though I just said nice things about you, you piece of shit. No.
The community.
Anyways.
Oh my god. Triggered.
Comment.
Mad.
Team Rank Tavern talk. We tried to make that happen. But I had to win one fucking match. I had to win one fucking match and it ruined everything. Mage and Slimsh, tell us about why you chose to put Entropy down here at the 3 seed.
Oh, woo, woo, woo. Man, they're so good. They're so good. They're like they could be the best team in the league. With all honesty, I mean, you guys know what I think about Mbulk. I'm just really sad that he's not on our team. He's great. Smoke Salmon, he's a pretty good player. You know, I think as weird as it sounds, he actually might be the weak link, and still an above average 2 seed, which just is nuts. D lineman is a huge question mark because you don't know his commitment to Hearthstone.
But I know his commitment to sitting in the corner and never mind. I'm gonna stop right there.
However, he really likes just a big fuck you to the rest of the league. So it wouldn't surprise me at all if he just tried his ass off.
Overrated.
Man, you had to go there.
Nobody else was gonna bring it up, Slim.
He's
Nobody else.
underrated at 3.
And then the real strength of the team is Arcane Crew at the 4 and the Anarchist at the 5. They're both guys who were about 500 last season. Although Arcane Crew was like 500 in the 3 seed, and he's moving down now. And I think the Anarchist is like 5 and 4. But I know firsthand how good of a coach Brian is. He coached me when I was still learning the game, and he was a big part in Jesus C's development. So if he's working with them like I think he is, those guys are gonna be monsters, and they're scary. They're so good.
Oh man.
So good.
Yeah, it just seems like a solid team, top to bottom. Really cool guys on the team, on this roster. Just like really interesting players within the community. Arcane and the Anarchists, they were new last season, and they found a new home here, and they Like they get along really well, the two of them, and they're two lower seeded players here. Like the chemistry on this team, if it's not already, it should be pretty good. I don't know how often you get to tap into D linemen, but if the team ever all got together, I'd love to be a fly on the wall for that. It's just a really cool team, really strong one too, I think. So yeah, big bounce from last season.
Let's hope so, man. I'm just glad I don't have. I'm honestly just glad I don't have to carry the weight of all this hype.
Cheerleader.
I just get to sit here with my pom poms and let them have it, you know. So
Go team!
So I got to do this very careful. There we go. All right. So my blackout bar wasn't cooperating here. Jedi makes the first or brings up the first appearance of Team Rank 5. Parker's got Entropy here. Mange on the hype fucking train for Aeon, and he might not be wrong, folks. Netherstorm for Slimsh, and I'm going to agree with Parker and put an Entropy here. So let's start with the folks that agree. Parker, Entropy.
I think Entropy is really strong, and I agree with what Maine said about Brian. Although I would never say that because don't compliment Brian. His head's big enough already. We don't need to inflate it. But yeah, the bottom of their lineup is like incredibly strong. I think Anarchist will have a really good season at the 5. Arcane Foo getting the step down from the 4 to the 3 is really good. D Lineman's like a 1 seed caliber player in the 3, so that's pretty nuts. And then like the top of Smoked Salmon and Inbulk, like I think they'll both have good seasons, but if they just went 500, I think the bottom of that lineup could easily carry them.
I would like to tell you guys that we did have our first official team practice last week. We played on Infernal Shrines and Eternal Battlefield, or Battlefield of Eternity. It went great.
Let's go. Let's go. Team Rank 5 versus Entropy.
I believe we were 3-0. I would like you to know that. I would like you to know that Smoked Salmon played his first ever game, and Brian was more than happy to coach him through that. But in all real talk about Hearthstone, I'm super hyped to see what the fucking team does. I got my pom-poms ready. And I do know that Salmon has been, more so than he was last season, he's going to tournaments in person. He's been making the prelim push through Tavern Heroes, every opportunity he could get. A couple days ago, he was at some 200-man tournament. I know he's out there trying to improve. They're always talking about fucking Meme Stone in our team chat. I try to get them to play Overwatch and HOTS, keep them focused on what really matters. And D Lyman has made a couple appearances in our team chat, so there is hope that he might submit classes week 1. So
you can always submit them for him. He's a big fan of that.
Yeah, he is.
Unlike other Boom Squad members.
So
Rip
I don't
Boom
know.
Squad.
I'm just hyped on us this season. I really like what Salmon put together. Aeon, Mange.
Yeah, I mean, their top 3 is ridiculous with Gallon, Top Hat Demon, and Dot Dark. Like those are 3 top 100 legend players. I don't really need to go into detail about them. I know Top Hat Demon. I just said I don't need to go into detail about them, and here I am. I think he ended up not playing the second half of the season, so it's interesting that he came back. I guess whatever he had going on, he got worked out. But I think that they have the most potential. If Raging Rhino and Missing Shoelaces are even decent, then you might be looking at another Supreme-like season. And we did see Missing Shoelaces like last in the championship, I believe. He won, if I'm not mistaken.
He won.
Beating Zagber, who is a fine 5 seed himself. So, there's a little bit of info there. And if those guys pan out, they're going to be super good.
Super good. Slim Netherstorm.
Yeah, I put them higher than anyone. I look at Netherstorm and I just think, with the pickup of Cheesy, who, I have a feeling he might be the best. I don't know. I'm really interested. I won't get to play him unless it's the finals.
Slim's just trying to say he's the best 1 seed. I disagree.
I mean,
it's really close.
It's one of them.
It's real close. Crovan, I think Crovan had a really good season, probably proven as a 2 seed. I don't have any question mark there. Super Explosive Sheep, just solid 3 seed. Swanky Tiger is the one question mark, but I have a good feeling for this team. It should be noted that for Netherstorm, Twiz has stepped down as an active member of the team, but that only makes him more useful as a captain. I know he's got a lot of experience casting. I'm sure he could be a good coach too. So I think his role would be pretty powerful there with a new 4 seed. And of course, Gemini is just the most solid 5 seed, and it's probably not close at
Not
this
even
point.
close. You hear that,
And
Grim?
we'll see if that holds up. So yeah, I expect to see huge things in Netherstorm. It's not easy for me to put them in this position because the blue division is really sick. So if they turn out to be the best, it's well deserved. So,
And
yeah, Netherstorm's cool.
And that's where the list ends, guys. Great show. It was great having everybody here.
Bye.
Really glad everybody showed up.
No Q&A.
All right, the 1 seeds. Jedi is a man after my own heart. Given Entropy the nod here at the 1 spot. The other folks think it's Team Rank 5. As the only non-Team Rank 5 member here, and it's the fact that Cassie's not here to put you guys like 7. I'm going to try to speak from the unbiased point of view. We talk about Cheesy being the top 1 seed in the league, but if you guys could see the hidden PR, that's not even close. Slim's just still holding that spot, and he's on a team full of fucking 1 seed potential talent. You got Parker coming in at the 2 seed. He's never finished Legend ever, never been top 100. Got Loaded Lux, making his triumphant return. Never been a top 100 Legend player. Never been to any sort of prelim. Never done any of that bullshit. Jesus C, who just continues to improve. Continues. I don't know if at this point, like, we could talk about him being a developing. Well, all players are technically constantly developing, but I think he's established himself as a name to be respected in the league. And then they got stuck with a fucking Diamond Hots player in the 5 seed, but that will improve their chances of beating Entropy when that throwdown happens. I just don't see anybody beating these guys in a seed for seed matchup. It's gonna be a good time. Can't wait to see it happen. Can't wait to see it play out. Hopefully, Team Rank 5 will finally get to fly that banner, fly that flag. What are your guys' thoughts on your own squad?
Isn't that a question?
Jack Sox nailed it. We were scared of like not being the best in the Hots division, so we had to go out there and get that.
Yeah, we just signed Hots players. Fuck Hearthstone.
We got the best Rainer player in the league, and then a Diamond Hots player. So like, what do you want?
Yeah. I don't know. We're okay. I honestly, like, real talk, it's nice to see Load Lux in the league again. I have a lot of high hopes for him. I mean, you guys know about him. He's been top 100 a couple of times. He's a great guy. And I'm really excited to see Rogue take his first foray into competitive Hearthstone. He's someone that's followed esports quite a bit. I mean, you guys have heard about his Hots prowess. You know, he's got a lot of potential for Hearthstone too, so we'll see what we could coax out.
Well,
yeah, Loaded Lux was ranked 7 last season in Wild.
In Wild.
He's the 7th best Wild player in the world.
As he hit it, he got ranked 7. Really late into the season. Like the 29th of the month. Yeah. Rank 7 immediately.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. We're alright. We'll see how it goes. It'll be fun.
Oh, man. So this is what the experts, Keck, over here at Tavern Talk think is going to happen. But we're not the only ones who weighed in, as the community decided that they put their 2 cents out there. Whoops. And you guys threw out your list via, why is this not going away? I'm having issues, fellas. There we go.
Help!
Help!
The community had some wild differences.
So the community decided that the list looks just a little bit different. They definitely agree that the 16 seed is Temporal Legends.
Ouch.
Team 1600 does. You know, everybody had those 2 either 15 or 16. No love for the damaged ones. Team Golden
no love for Aeon.
Team Golden Wisp, a couple slots lower, but damaged ones are damaged ones' energy Danger Zone, 1600 Dust, Temporal Legends, kind of around the areas we had them. They're in that family of the bottom 6. No love whatsoever for Aeon.
Yeah, that's surprising.
Why do you guys think the community has them so low? Is it a lack of knowledge of the players, or is
Lack
it
of knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe they just don't know how good their top 3 is. Their top 3 is like, if one of the best top 3s in the league. They can compete with anyone.
This community is just full of shitters. I'm calling y'all out.
I was supposed to say it. Damn it.
Oh. Well, I mean, they fucked it up last year. They fucked it up this year. It's fine. They had the little vote, you community.
Well, I would just like to note that over the 3 seasons we have done this, Jedi has the best plus minus on power rankings, so I think his number 1 pick is the most accurate.
We didn't rank it last season.
Yeah, we did.
But he was probably right. No, we didn't measure it though.
Oh, I did.
How accurate it was. You did? Well, share it.
Jack Sox always measures it.
Well, then share it.
Listen.
Yeah, you should measure it. I don't measure
Kappa
things, 'cause
Pride!
It always ends up in
That's
disappointment.
a redeem
Wait,
for
what
sad
do you
notes
mean?
right there. You can redeem that for sad notes.
Slumps, you measured it on stream, buddy.
I did, and then I cried myself to sleep.
It
It wasn't the only thing I measured.
Defies Brotherhood, kind of in the same neighborhood that all of us had it. A little lower with the Harry Generals. I don't really blame them for that. A lot of question marks in the 3 through 5 on the Harry Generals. Yacht Champs sitting pretty with what the rest of us thought. Noob Central. So we have a lot of consistency with the community. They're a little lower on Netherstorm than the rest of us. Actually,
lower on the generals.
they're lower on blue overall. They are a lot lower on blue overall.
Yeah, they are.
They barely have them in the top 5. Most of us had 2 teams in the top 5. In fact, wait, all of us did.
Yeah, all
They
of us
have
did.
one barely edged out on top 5.
Always a kid, Grim. Avatar Love putting it perfectly between where Jedi and the rest of us had them. Entropy falling in right in line with where Slimsh and Mange. And then, what is that, fucking 7 spots higher than the vast majority of us had NWA. So why do you think they have NWA at such a drastically different spot than the rest of us?
They saw that NWA had an amazing season last year, and they just rolled them up high again. I mean, I don't know. I think NWA has a chance to be pretty good myself. I don't know that they're the second best team at the start of the season, but that's how we play the games, right? Like maybe they are. Maybe they'll prove everyone wrong.
One thing I've always tried to point out when we do these power rankings, guys, is that people rage, they get salty, they get pissed about it. First off, we could be completely fucking wrong. 100% wrong.
And we have been.
Like with Avatar last season.
Yeah, how many times did I say Avatar was going to get their fucking ass? I think Avatar won just to tilt me.
Everyone like last.
So, we could be dead wrong. We all had them 16th, and they ended second in the league. But I think a lot of times what happens is that those of us who are in the nitty-gritty of picking shit apart week in, week out, watching players, actually familiar with names that other people are like, oh shit, they've been in the league for 3 seasons. I think a lot of folks looked at NWA, said they're 5 points off of the top of PR. They were studs last season. Their PR and their past performance says they're going to be studs again this season. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that logic, and you guys might be right. But I don't think they're better than Entropy. Come on now. Where's the love? We're trying to do the worst to first story this year. And fuck it, how great would a Tavern talk be if Team Rank 5 and Entropy played in the finals? That would be a fucking shit show of a finals week. Be great. So, Team Rank 5. Yeah, well, here's what's going to happen. If we play in the championships, Team Rank 5, we're not going to play Hearthstone. The championships will be played in a best of 5 on HOTS.
Oh, please, Lord, please. Give me the ring.
We'll have you know that there's no shot we ever get past the semis.
I mean, he's not wrong. We're never making it to a championship again. We had our chance. It's all over.
So, this is something I do want to ask with 3 of you guys sitting here. I know in our camp, there is no pressure on us. It's not an issue of feeling like we have to win. Really cool group, really actually chilled out, taking the season as it comes. I don't think I've ever met a more fuck it person in my life than Smoke Salmon. If you're part of the THL Pathfinder, you know that he has no fear of walking face first into danger and whatever happens, happens. But are you guys over there at Team Rank 5 feeling the pressure of all this hype put on you, of the fact that you guys are so deserving of a championship and have yet to get one?
I can't speak for them. I know I mean, I'm not playing, but like, as a captain, I don't feel pressure. I mean, like I don't know. Now this is just gonna sound like really narcissistic, but like we've been up pretty high on these like the last few years now. So it's just like, okay, maybe we can win one this year. But I don't know. I think at this point we're really more concerned with Hots and Hearthstone.
Oh, baby! um,
I don't ever feel any of the team putting pressure on like anyone else, but I always put a lot of pressure on myself because if I lose, I'm just pissed.
Yeah. I actually hope that Parker wins every week because when he loses, you just can't talk to him for like 3 days.
Oh,
So.
man.
No, I don't know. I don't think that we're feeling any extra pressure. It's just fun, man. Like the league's supposed to be fun. It's always fun every year. Like why would this year be any different? It'll be a lot of fun. And if we do suck, then the rest of the league will have fun laughing at us, and we can laugh with them.
you gotta
Not
be able to
feeling
laugh
too
at
much
yourself.
pressure. I just week in, week out, there's a job to do. Try to get it done. I don't know. I've done this a lot.
Yeah, man.
Be good.
Hearthstone League vets.
Yeah,
Been
right.
there, done that. It just needs to amount up now.
Beta Cuck
Yeah.
champions.
Beta card champ.
Just so you guys know, the graphic you're currently looking at here is when you take all the Tavern Talk host predictions, including Jedi's, and you throw them together in average, you put that up against the communities. You can actually see the differences and how the points were totaled. Being the 1 seed got you 16 points. Being the 16 got you 1 point. If you've seen the show before, do a preseason special, you know this is how it rolls. I'm going to leave that up there as we go over a few things. Before we part tonight, we got a few important announcements for things that are happening. Donnie has made I Am Plan B, the Town Drunk. Donnie has made a couple posts on the Facebook page about cash tournament he's doing. Standard format, you are not allowed to bring Yogg decks. It's going to be 2 Saturdays from now on the 17th. $40, winner takes all. Also, this Saturday, the Meta Breaker Championship will feature our very own Mange here, as well as G-Nets and some other folks. I'm not going to lie, I lost track of who else is in it.
Smoked Salmon and Drew Man.
Oh, Salmon's in? Fuck that, I'm not tuning in.
Yeah.
Go Drew Man. So tune into that 8 o'clock on Saturday. Is there a Monday Madness? I'm not sure, but if there is, it usually takes place at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I believe there is.
Yeah.
Yes, there is actually. There's one
Yes, there is.
more Monday Madness before the season officially starts. So check that out. And speaking of the topic of Salty Saturday, Slimsh, you got something you want to tell fam?
I do. Before the Q&A even. Oh, Bible thumb. So, a lot of us spend a lot of time doing THL things. As a board member, we tend to spend how much time? Upwards of 2 hours sometimes on Monday nights having meetings. Then there's Tavern Talk. Then there's Salty Saturday, which can take about 3 hours. So I've come to my personal decision that I will need to suspend myself as a Tavern Talk host. Just in the interest of time, double-digit hours of THL commitment per week is not something that's going to be sustainable in the long run. And last season, I picked up the torch for Verde for Salty Saturday. So, and I really came to enjoy it. And I think people really value the insight that I bring as one of the casters there. So, yeah, it's not a decision I've taken lightly at all. It's something that I've thought for a while and that I've talked to Jedi about before. And I just finally had to get it off my chest. So here we are tonight in Bible Thump land.
It feels bad, man. And you know, we
But I'll
were...
still be around, and I hope I can be on from time to time.
No, you're not ever welcome back.
I mean,
So here's the thing: is I could have done a nice little tribute to Slimsh in the way that we're going to do it to
It was
Cassidy,
too soon.
but
I sprung it on you this
well,
afternoon.
it also doesn't so much feel the same kind of loss because I know every Saturday I could tune into Salty Saturday and see that beautiful bearded face. So it's more of a transition from the morning news to the evening news. So you guys can still catch your manlet on Saturdays, and as every manlet burns Tavern Talk to the ground, from the ashes must rise a potato farming phoenix. Because I cannot carry a show by myself. I mean, I love the sound of my own voice, but sometimes I need a partner in crime. And I have a new one who will be joining me. Um, Ladies and gentlemen, Mange will be. This is not his first appearance this season. He'll be helping me hold down the Tavern Talk fucking bar stool. I don't know what I'm going with here. So please give Mange a welcome to the show as a season 4 host. Yay, Mange!
Wow, thank you. I'm a little sad that I won't be with Slim.
Oh.
You know, it's gonna feel like a whole new show, I think, without Slim and Cassidy. So I don't know, that kind of sucks. But I'm happy to step in and hopefully have some fun every Thursday for a little while until these guys get back, or at least Cassidy gets back.
So
James doesn't know anything about anything.
Yeah, no, I'm dumb.
he knows how to water a potato. Donnie Wrench just asked an important question. When is his guest spot? Well, Donnie, Lemur, and who else? Drew Man, and those who I've told will be making an appearance on Tavern Talk. You will. Over the next few weeks, you will see a change in format to Tavern Talk as Mange and I will hold down our anchor spots, and we will be rotating through guests every week. So Tavern Talk will go from a three host show with a guest to a two host show with a rotating guest host every week. So
Yeah.
there will be a sign up for that. All THL comers are welcome to sign up. I do have a priority list of folks that have been waiting for a long time and paid their dues to get on the show. A few of them already know when they're coming on. But it'll be cool. It'll be a little different. We'll be hearing from a lot of people, and that guest spot will really get a chance to shine. So, PogChamp to that. Bible Thump to Slim Schleven. PogChamp for more opportunities to Parker to come on and bug us so we can press F when his Discord restarts itself. And good times to come. Speaking of good times, there's a Q&A. Slim, did you put them into the document, or we just pull them straight from the thread?
They're in the document.
They're in the document that I don't have
Get in
up.
the document.
Also, everyone just needs to make sure when Lemur's the guest, don't tune in.
Just 0 viewers.
Just 0. Like, none.
Don't do that to me, Image. Well, that's just mean. Come here and make fun of him in chat. It'll be great. I actually think Lemur's gonna do a great job. I'm excited to have him here. That'll be next week. That is a confirmed guest spot, guys. Lemur will be here next week. Join us for that.
Lemur is my favorite punching bag.
Like I say, I'm allowed to give Lemur shit, but I'm gonna stick up for him anytime anybody else does. So, who is this individual's tag? What is the first?
I don't know.
All right, so Brett. Brett asks. Brett, I'm not sure.
Who are you?
I'm not sure your tag. And if anybody knows
Go
Brett's,
to the directory. This is my go-to.
so Slim will look that up while I read the
Go to
question.
directory. Control F Eker.
Have you thought about making this an audio podcast? I listen to a bunch during my commute. I don't typically have time to watch them live. What would that take? That would just take converting this to a audio file and posting it to something like Stitcher, right?
iTunes. Yeah.
Are they already on YouTube?
They're on
Yeah, we're
YouTube.
on YouTube.
They-
Bitmaker. Okay,
Isn't
that
that kinda the
looks
same
about
thing?
right.
The difference between like it being on YouTube and it being like an audio file is very minimal. I guess like you can place it directly to a podcast, but you can just kind of like go on YouTube on your phone and it's the same thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, we do VOD these. I do believe that actually is one of Lemur's new jobs, right? He's our YouTube guy.
Yes, he is.
So, if
Loomer.
they are not, listen, if the VODs are not where they should be on YouTube, yell at Lemur when he's on here next week. So if you do not see Tavern Talk Season 4 Power Rankings show up in the YouTube VODs, give Lemur shit when he's on here next week. But, not too much. I don't want him to cry. The Grim Gamer asks, the new season starts next week. How are you preparing? By playing Reinhardt on Nimbani.
Seems good.
How are you guys preparing that are actually playing?
For me personally, I'm just I'm playing Hearthstone, Heroes of Warcraft. I'm tuning into a lot of different streamers, seeing what they're playing, keeping my eyes on the Vicious Syndicate meta reports, looking at the numbers, seeing what is actually successful with over 50% win rate, what the trends are, and just experimenting with a few different decks, being disappointed, and then playing strong decks and actually winning games. So,
Yeah.
a lot of different things.
Yeah, I mean, I think all of us here have been just playing all kinds of different stuff and seeing what's good and what's not. Most of it's not, but, it's okay.
Yep, I've just been spamming the ladder with a bunch of random decks, figuring out what decks win, what decks lose often, and then the decks that lose often I just delete.
He actually sends me screenshots first.
I'm much more hesitant to delete them, but they do get deleted, and it's sad. Plot twist.
Nate asks us, which RIP Season 3 team will you miss the most in Season 4? Oh, baby. There's a couple.
Squad.
I mean, Boom Squad for sure, but, I'm going to miss Archon Storm so much. Yeah, if you guys haven't been around, they've been under the radar these last few seasons, but in the beginning of THL, all the way through season 1, Archon Storm was the best team. They were just god, and I'm sad to see them gone. I'm sad to see Verde gone because I don't know. I know that
none
we
of them
tried
are
to model
playing.
ourselves after that.
None of them are back playing either.
Oh, it's sad, man.
Yeah, I'm going to jump in here because Mange stole mine. The first ever true rivalry in THL, which actually wasn't a rivalry at all behind the scenes, was Archon Storm and Entropy, and it feels really fucking weird to not have that hyped up. Even in the season, what was it, season 1 where we had rivalry week? It feels bad, man, to see them gone. I hear they're still wrecking Paragon ladders, and they'll be there.
Yeah.
And shout out to Gosu Casuals, who a beta team, Alpha team, beta winners,
Yeah,
beta winners. Sorry, that's what I meant to say here. Beta winners. It's some studs, it's some good guys, but at least we still have Jing, former Gosu captain, and Slimsh in the league participating.
The Anarchist.
I did not realize that he was a Gosu guy.
Shame on you, Jacksox.
A 1-season member, still around.
Yeah, that counts.
Yeah,
for me, it's the Gosu Casuals. Obviously, I mean, I'm still at peace with the decision that I made, and I think it turned out for the best. But feels bad, man. That's all over my resume.
Sorry, hold on a second.
THL.
I got to put bulletproof vest on to respond to some shots fired by Hambowen. Hambowen, I don't know if you know this, but Entropy is, I forgot whether it was in the lead or tied for the most postseason appearances in THL history. So you could lick both my left and right nut at the same time. So.
I miss Boom Squad. Bible Thump.
Not Supreme?
No, not Supreme.
Are you sure you don't miss Supreme?
I'm pretty sure, but
Boom Squad was a good meme.
And I'm a gamer at heart, and they were just a meme team, Supreme. Brunson, the king of the memes.
Oh,
he would just sit in Discord, play his matches, and just whine endlessly about how much of a beta cuck his opponent was that week.
Oh god,
he's playing aggro shaman. What the fuck is this?
He's playing
Where
aggro.
are my cold lights? Where are my cold lights?
God, I'll miss it.
Oh man. Yeah, Boom Squad was. They were something.
Um,
Tiny hippo.
so the final question of the evening. Um, it's not on the document, but it's very important.
Uh-oh.
On your hot dogs, what toppings?
Oh shit. If you don't go with the mustard relish and all the good stuff, then you're just not American.
Mustard relish. Hold on, wait. Mustard relish, and then you stopped. You said all the good stuff. So I'm assuming you're leaving ketchup off that list.
I am. I don't know. Ketchup and relish to me is just weird. I know I'm in the minority here, but it's just weird.
Parker, what's on top of your hot dog?
I love spicy mustard and relish. That's my favorite.
Spicy
See?
mustard and relish.
Parker fucking knows. Parker's American.
Manlet, what do you got on your hot dog?
Just relish is good enough for me. Not true American.
So now I'm feeling like D Lyman in a pizza conversation right now.
Oh god.
Because
You
one
put pineapple on it?
no. If you've never tried this, I don't want to fucking hear it until you've tried it. Okay? Pickles, onions, spicy mustard.
Pickles?
Hamboing.
What are you doing?
Look at Hamboing. Anybody who puts ketchup on a hot dog should be deported.
See, now the anarchist has their idea. Chili and cheese is also super good.
Ooh.
It's not like a hot dog to me at that point. It's like a whole nother meal. I don't know. I'm weird, dude.
See,
I don't
I
know,
like to
that's
treat
a chili dog.
I like to treat
it's a
my
chili
hot
dog.
dog. I like to treat my hot dog like a Subway sandwich. All right. Nobody fucking goes to Subway for the meat. The meat at Subway tastes like a fucking foot. All right. You don't go there for the meat.
Like a what?
A foot.
Feet, huh?
Just
Yeah,
a
I know what a
foot?
foot tastes
Grim
like.
Gamer says deport me then. He's a ketchup eater. Why'd he get timed out?
Oh shit! Something random.
You said deport him, so I deported him.
Stop it. You
Somebody
saved
just
him.
banned him.
Grim, I saved you. Grim,
Someone unban
it's
him.
okay.
So I'm not. Listen, I'm not always about the hot dog because I'm gonna sound like a snob here, but literally less than a block from my street is the factory for the best fucking hot dog on the face of the earth. If you've never had a Hummel's Brothers hot dog, don't fucking talk to me. About hot dogs, you could talk to me, just not about hot dogs.
Right.
And I'm telling you right now, if you haven't tried it yet, pickles. I'm not talking about like the really. I'm talking about like the homemade style pickle, right? Where it's white still. It's not fucking green. Pickles aren't fucking green. I don't know what that shit is. Diced onions and fucking spicy mustard. Thank me later. Guys, it's been a great show. The Panthers are playing the Broncos. PogChamp to that. I got two guys playing. I got fucking Benjamin and Stewart going tonight. So I need to find out how I'm going with the THL fantasy. Let's start with Parker. Parting thoughts for the folks tonight.
Oh, I got Newton and Anderson. I'm ready to get in there and watch.
Oh, baby. Mange.
I ain't talking about chicken biscuits and gravy, biatch, or whatever the fuck it is. I don't know what it is.
That's what it is.
All right. I ain't talking about chicken biscuits and gravy, biatch.
Slimsh.
I mean, I don't even know what to say. It's sad. Feels bad, man.
Oh man.
Feels bad, man. But I'll always be here, and Salty Saturday is only going to get better for it. So, Tavern Talk's a very special show, and for anyone who's worried about how it's going to be in the future, don't worry, because Cassidy's missed, I'm missed, but the truth is that really no one does this better than Jack Sox. I don't know if anyone really fully appreciates him as a host, so
Yeah, Jack Sock's best host for sure.
it's all good.
Bible thumping.
Angel Pump.
So, yeah, the manlet's leaving me. I keep trying to tell myself that he's not really. He's just helping Verde left a very big hole in the Salty Saturday world. For those of you who are not familiar with all the work that I think a lot of people missed out on. What art?
Watch some of those old VODs sometimes.
Yeah.
The old Salty Saturdays, the season anything up to season 2. There's a lot of old VODs there. I might watch some of them later. Actually, I miss Faraday.
So
Yeah.
I might watch some of those VODs. There's some good classic moments out there.
You get to see Shredders, Belchers, and Dr. Boom.
Shredders,
Dr.
Belchers, Dr. Booms.
But there used to be a steady face, a familiar face greeting you every Saturday. And not that we haven't had awesome hosts since then, but that staple of knowing you're coming to hear that voice that you know and recognize and feel good with hasn't been there for a while. So I keep
God,
I keep trying to tell myself that that's where Slim's going. He's going to a better place. He's going to the farm.
wish Faraday would join me. Hamboing, no one else could get a word in. It was amazing.
He's not wrong.
He's the only caster ever in the history of THL to actually get hyped over a Freeze Mage Mirror match.
I mean, it's exciting stuff.
So
If we ever see one this season, I will be amazed as well, and I'll do some homework in preparation for that because I wouldn't want to disappoint Verde.
if you could make it happen,
Beergasm.
Slimsh, if you want to lessen the blow of me not being able to introduce the Bearded Beauty every week on Thursday night, I need you to bring together for one, even if it's just one match on Salty Saturday. I need you, Verde, Hertz Donut. Give me one best of 5, please. Get on the emails and make that happen. But honestly, guys, it's been a really rough week for me in losing two of the guys that I cannot tell you how many times Tavern Talk almost didn't happen, and I had Cassidy and Slim Show was pushing to make the show better, to improve it. If you go back and you watch the first VODs and you watch where we are now, it's a different show, and it's because of the tireless work that these guys always put in. And it was a real Bible thump moment for me to say goodbye to both of them within the span of a week. But I really appreciate somebody like Mange, who last time he was here, we said he's the unofficial 4th guest. If we had another permanent spot, it would have been his. So it only feels natural that he's going to slide in here. And I'm really excited to hear from you guys out there in the community. So please, sign up to be a Tavern Talk guest. I'll get some sort of official document out there, not just like a comment in this thread. We'll get you guys on here. Try to meet some new personalities. And Mange and I will try to keep the quality of the content and the show up to the standards of the Bearded Beauty and the Keeper of Saturday Base. So...
Oh, Bible thump. Also, Hambo is just killing me in chat.
I'm dying. I'm dying.
Jacksox, are you muted?
I am not muted.
No, you're not. Okay, sorry, it's the delay on the stream. I saw you just like lips moving.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to read up on the Verde and.
He's not even watching.
Holy fuck! Oh, that should be a charity stream. We would raise so much money on that one. All right, guys. Thank you everybody for tuning in. Please tune in next week to see the first rendition of fucking Mange and Jacksox fuck up Tavern Talk. He'll have to carry me through next week and make sure the show's not a shit show. Until we see you then, everybody. Enjoy the game tonight. Tune into the duel between Dunamis and Houdini. And one last time, Slim, let's hear it.
Bye.
Bye.
I'll be back.